Often I get questions on the topic of Shraddha, that is the ceremony to be performed by one for his ancestors. Shraddha is basically one of the 40 samskaras prescribed for a human being. Samskaras are called nothing but the rites of passage, what one is supposed to do throughout his life. There are 40 samskaras, out of which is Shraddha, one of which is Shraddha. I've been giving clarifications to a lot of people, and I've recently published in Tamil and my mother tongue, and somebody has immediately come back on the comment column itself to publish it in English. And also I received a couple of emails as well, so I would like to present that fact. Of course, I have written about the Shraddha in detail. Shraddha, what is the procedure, why should we perform Shraddha, why should we remember ancestors, how many Shraddhas are there, how many we are supposed to do, the procedures, mantras, details I have given in my site www.ramanan50wordplus.com. But I would like to present it here in this video in a short form so that people may understand some essential details and some answers to some critical questions, and they can read the articles which I have written on my site. The first question people ask me is that which varna, that is which caste people should perform Shraddha. Is it restricted only for Brahmins? The answer is no. All varnas must perform Shraddha. That is, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya should perform Shraddha. They should also wear Upavidha. The second question, at what time should we perform Shraddha? Shraddha should normally be performed after Madhyanikam, that is after 12. After doing the Madhyanya Sandhya Vandana and Brahma Yajna, one has to perform the Shraddha. Nowadays there is a practice of people doing it early in the morning, citing a lot of reasons, just we have to go to office and other excuses. It is not permissible. If we cannot even allot one day for our parents, what else are we going to allot? So strict answer is, the early morning Shraddha are not to be done, and it has to be done only after 12 o'clock. Sometimes the Panda or Panditji would tell you can do it by 10 o'clock. He is being forced to say that because you don't give him the option. Nowadays they have to survive, they also tell you what you want to hear. As far as the Shastras are concerned, they don't allow. The basis for all this points what I am talking about are the Smritis. And especially for South, there is a textbook that is compiled, book that was compiled by one Mr. Vaidyanathan. That's quite old. Vaidyanatha Dikshitiyam. His name was Vaidyanatha Dikshita. That is being taken as the reference book for performing the basic rites, including death and other samskaras for up to 13 or 16 days, whatever one has to perform. In addition to that, there is a letter and spirit of the Shraddha. Shraddha iti Shraddha. It is a question of your faith. After all, we are in this world because of our parents. Whatever we are today is because of our parents. Is it not our responsibility to remember them at least once in a year? In fact, for every living moment, we should be thankful to them. We are what we are is because of our parents. So one has to recall and express a sense of gratitude to parents. This is what is being done in the Shraddha. I'll discuss about the meanings of the Shraddha in another video. An excellent meaning. They give you beautiful meaning. It's not some mumbo jumbo, some Sanskrit words. They reflect the sense of gratitude child feels for a parent. The next question people ask me about, what is the diet? A Shraddha should always be performed on an empty stomach, not after taking food. And for the night, people from the south can take food because Kala Desa Vardhamana depends on that the food practices happen and it is followed through Smriti. And moreover, the food which is applicable to one area is not applicable to another area for a simple reason. Unlike other countries, India being such a vast country, and our people have been so scientific and evolved, even the food habits over thousands of years, a slight change in diet will upset your body also. So based on that, the diet has been prescribed for those beneath the Vindhya and Satpura, that is Dakshina Desa. On the night they can take slight refreshment made out of rice. Those in the north made out of wheat. One has to avoid, as all of you might know, you will have to avoid all these spices, garlic and onion. And next, what is the cooking? What are the dishes to be prepared? The dishes are to prepare are, generally the dishes prepared are those prepared on the 10th day of the death of the deceased. Whatever food is being offered on the 10th day in the ritual, that is to be served on the Sraddha. This you can get it from the elders. These details you can get it from elders. For those who may not have that, I have given a broad outline of what is acceptable, what are the dishes that can be prepared. No, we are always prepared. Hinduism prepares for all contingencies. They also know that you are likely to forget it. And they have given some standard menu that you can use. I have given the menus there. And for preparation also you can go to, we have given some links on the sites itself. You can Google Sraddha Samail, S-A-M-A-O-E-L, Ramanan 50, you will get the link. Then you can get those details. Then comes the question. The Seshana, that is when you prepare food for Sraddha, there are certain bhakshana, there are certain things which you serve for the people, the Brahmanas who come. And what happened, and who are the people who can eat that, whatever remains, or whatever you have to offer to relatives. See, this is strictly, this should be given only to the progeny and the same gotra of the deceased. That is, the person's son, grandsons, daughter-in-laws, and the deceased brother's son, brother's grandsons, etc. Nobody else is to be included. There is some practice of asking the son-in-law of the house to partake. This is not allowed for a simple reason. The son-in-laws belong to another gotra. Another question, how many pandits we should have for the Sraddha? The Sraddha minimum you should have 2 people apart from the pandit. And as far as the Dakshina is concerned, whatever you can afford, you can give them. Now, other mundane question. Now, when sometimes I'm amused by this type of questions I receive, in the sense that it looks as if somebody wants to seek an approval of what they know is incorrect. Yes, that is how it looks. Because if you decide not to do something, you would always try to find out why it cannot be done. In general, Sraddha has to be performed by all children. Now there is a practice of saying that the eldest alone should do. Others, if they are in other cities, they need not do. Even if they are present in the city, they can just go to the eldest son's house and stand behind them when they are doing the Sankalpa. This is totally incorrect. Just to think about the logic behind it. See, don't try to find excuses for not doing something which is noble. You forget about this, forget about the religious aspect. You are just paying, you are expressing your gratitude to your parents. If your brother expresses, would that do? Did your parents not bring all of you together? Did they feed only one child and not the other child? So, Sraddha should be performed by all children. There is Uh, no second question about it. Second, sometimes, when Shraddha is being performed, sometimes women may find it inconvenient. I hope you understand what is inconvenient. There are 5 days when they are not supposed to do some religious ceremonies, partake. On those days, the ideal situation, this ideal solution would be to perform the Shraddha in the next Tithi. For example, somebody's Shraddha Tithi comes on Shashti, in Krishna Paksha Shashti, you do it on the next Krishna Paksha Shashti, not the next Shashti, because it will become Shukla Paksha. Waxing out, no. When it is done on a Krishna Paksha Shashti, Krishna Paksha Shashti, you do it on the next Krishna Paksha Shashti. But there are some people, they would like to take some tablets and then do it. Well, I don't really advise that because it is not healthy. Don't do that. Just postpone it to the next Tithi as I have done. Next question. Sometimes can we have the food prepared outside and serve for Shraddha as per the menu? Answer is no. Shraddha, one has to physically and mentally involve oneself to express one's gratitude. You don't ask somebody to prepare food and then give it. And the next question is, we have somebody who is very clean and they will follow our customs, they will also prepare for us. No proxy, please. But if you still decide you don't want to do, you want to get it done through others, you can do it, but it has no value. Because heart of heart you should feel. See, when you pay money and then ask somebody to cook, for you, do you think really they are going to cook sincerely? Have you ever noticed the taste of the dish which you cook at home? When you eat it outside, does it taste the same? Can you afford to take food continuously? Can you keep on taking food outside in the hotel for quite some time? Couple of days it will be all right. Then you will have issues from your digestion. Then you will not like it. The simple reason is, apart from the taste, the mental vibration is important in cooking. When you are doing it for parents, you would remember them at least once. My parents have done this. I am doing this for them. So that has to be done. Okay. Another question that often is addressed to me is that, supposing for some reason, beyond circumstances, somebody is traveling or something is that, we can't get the groceries, etc. For some reason you are unable to do it. How do we compensate? So you can do it as a Hiranya Shraddha. That is, you can take to raw bananas with rice or wheat in the north. You give it to the Pandit. Give them some dakshina, whatever is allowed. Say, total 3 people you have to give. Supposing you don't get that also. Supposing you can't get. See, these are all excuses. If you really want to do it, you can do it. Right? When we find so much of time to go to movies, stand in queues, not right now in the COVID period, non-COVID period I am talking about. Even that, for that, our Shastras give you a solution. You can simply perform Tarpana with till. Sesame seeds. That will do. For mantras, don't try to find an excuse. The mantras are available on the internet. And I have also posted in my site www.ramanan50wordpress.com. You can do it yourself. The next question, supposing I don't get till also, you can do it with Sarpana. For everything you have to mentally say that I am doing this because I am unable to do it, is beyond my hands. You do it with water, that will do. Supposing you don't get water also, then there is a final thing. One is, sometimes you may be caught in a desert where you can't do it, you don't get even water. And in some cases, some in extreme cases, somebody is so poor that they just can't perform the Shraddha. They have no means of doing it. In that case, what the Shastras say, you stand up and raise your hands like this towards the sky and tell them, O Pitrus, I meant to do the Shraddha for you. Right now, I cannot afford to perform this because I have no means of doing it. Now, please forgive me and provide me with such opportunity the next year so that I may be able to do the Shraddha for you. Then do this thrice. than the materials. So, this is all what the Shraddha is about. Finally, I would like to stress to the point, Shraddha is a simple question of your thanksgiving. You express your thanks to your ancestors, express your gratitude, and remember them. Don't think this is a duty which is being imposed upon you. For more, please check my site www.ramanan50wordpress.com. I will be posting some more videos.